What's up, family? Welcome to Ask to My Aunts,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my wonderful wife, Fiona.
And this right here, this is my debonair husband. I you say. All right, y'all. Here we go. We got a question in, and we're going to jump right into it, so pay attention. This young lady writes in, and she says that she's been in a relationship for the past 2 years with her boyfriend. Prior to the relationship, they were really good friends. They're both in their early 20s. They have a long-distance relationship because he is in the armed forces. And so she said recently, about a month ago, they had a pregnancy scare. And her boyfriend initially voiced his opposition to going through with having a baby if indeed she was pregnant. He said, you know, we got adoption as an option, we got abortion as an option, and she totally is like, you know, we should not just be, you know, acting like this is just a surprise to us. We need to take responsibility for our actions, and we need to raise this child if indeed we are pregnant. Well, he told her that if she had the child, that he would not want to take part or be in this child's life at all. And so she says after he saw how upset she was, he said, look, you know, I really do love you, but I don't want to have a child, and I don't know how I would be if you do have a baby, have the baby if you are pregnant. So what I'll say here is that it doesn't really say clearly whether or not she's actually pregnant or not. It's saying that this is where they were. And so she says basically she wants to know, should she call it quits? Because her expectations are that if I'm with you and we're having sex and we both know what the deal is, we both know a baby can come if you come without protection, right? Mm-hmm. If we both know that, then if that happens, I expect that you're going to be there for me, and that you're going to support me, and that we're going to be in this thing together to take responsibility for our actions in terms of raising the child. Certainly she doesn't expect for him to say, you know, I won't want any part of this child's life. She says, so should I just call it quits, or should I, you know, respect the fact that he was honest, maybe a little bit too honest, but at least he let me know how he felt. And, you know, he didn't end the relationship. He just told me really honestly how he felt. What should I do? Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah, I think that you should respect the fact that he, you know, expressed his genuine feelings to you. But at the same time, too, I think that you really need to pay attention to what he expressed.
Say that again.
I think that you really need to respect, number one, the fact that he was honest. That's a good thing. Number one. At the same time, too, number two is that you need to really pay attention to what it is that he expressed.
And so many women, we don't pay attention to what is being said.
I mean, he's basically telling you, even though he said, I don't know that I will be there, the fact that that's even a question, it indicates to me that there may be some issues when it comes to his character that are at play here. I mean, for him to question whether or not he'll be involved in the life of a child that he produced because you have chosen to keep the child, and because he planted a seed inside of you, that's his seed. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, I don't know if I want to help cultivate, if I want to help raise, develop, nurture that seed. That right there is something that you really need to pay attention. That's not cool at all. Mm-hmm. And so I hear a lot of guys, and you know, express that, you know, they feel as though they might be trapped, you know, when a woman makes the decision to have the child. But understand this. When you make the decision to lay down with a woman,
how about it?
You've also made the decision to deal with the consequences as they come. And if the consequences,
I'm like, yes, and if the preaching right now,
which isn't a bad consequence, might I have you know, if the consequence is that a child is born into the world, then you have the responsibility to be there for that child. You don't need to be in a relationship with this guy who's not going to be there for you, not going to be there for his seed when he does have a child come into the world.
So one of the things that I always say here at BlackLoveAndMarriage.com, when people ask these questions, I say people do have the ability to change. People do have the ability to evolve and to grow. That's all we do in life is evolve and grow or stagnate. You know, but you might just go backwards. You might regress. We're always changing. So he has the ability to change. I will have you know that. But based on what he is showing you right now, even though you've been together for 2 years, he is showing you his character right now. He's showing you where he is right now. And what was more important to him at that moment was his being able to kind of insert his dominance in some way, you know, insert his dominance in terms of, if you don't, you know, if you have this baby, I won't be there for the baby. That's a heavy thing to say to somebody. But you know, that's called manipulation. And so you just take that character, that trait, and just transfer that onto another situation, and another situation, another situation. It will come up again and again and again. So he does have the ability to change, but that don't mean he's going to. I think you can talk to him about it honestly. I think that he might be able to understand where you're coming from, but that doesn't mean he's going to change his position. Like my husband said, respect the brother for being honest about where he was coming from, but pay attention to what you heard. You ain't got to read in between the lines, because he already told you. So, what you need to do, stop playing and start pushing on up out of that relationship.